Recent headlines suggesting that the U.S. government has dropped a plan to crack down on Chinese drones have caused confusion across the drone industry. Coverage from outlets including Reuters and the South China Morning Post reported that the U.S. Department of Commerce withdrew a proposal that would have imposed restrictions on Chinese made drones, citing national security concerns. While those reports are accurate in describing a withdrawn Commerce Department proposal, they do not signal a policy reversal and do not change the Federal Communications Commission's FCC recent actions affecting foreign made drones and components in the U.S. market. Understanding the distinction between these actions is critical for operators, manufacturers, and public safety agencies navigating a rapidly shifting regulatory environment. What the Reuters headline refers to. The Reuters report refers to a Department of Commerce proposal that was under internal and interagency review, and which was ultimately withdrawn before being published as a proposed rule. According to Reuters, the proposal had been submitted to the White House for review and later pulled, following earlier commerce actions related to passenger vehicles and trucks. Importantly, this Commerce Department effort never became a formal rule, nor was it published in the Federal Register. As a result, its withdrawal does not repeal or override any existing regulations. It simply means that one potential regulatory pathway was not pursued at that time. Why the FCC ruling still stands? The FCC's recent ruling on foreign made drones and components is separate, independent, and fully in effect. The FCC operates under a different statutory authority than the Department of Commerce. Its actions relate to communications equipment authorization, spectrum use, and national security concerns tied to devices that transmit radio signals in the United States. The FCC's covered list process and related restrictions are not contingent on Commerce Department rulemaking. As a result, nothing about the Commerce Department's withdrawn proposal alters the FCC's decisions, timelines, or enforcement posture. For drone manufacturers and operators, this distinction matters. Even if Commerce does not move forward with a specific trade or supply chain restriction, the FCC can still limit or deny equipment authorization for drones and components that fall under its jurisdiction. Multiple agencies, different tools. The apparent contradiction in headlines reflects a broader reality. U.S. drone policy is being shaped by multiple agencies using different legal tools. The Department of Commerce focuses on trade, supply chains, and national security authorities related to imports and emerging technologies. The FCC regulates radio frequency equipment and communications infrastructure. Other agencies, including the Department of Defense and Department of Homeland Security, influence procurement and operational standards through separate processes. The decision by one agency not to proceed with a specific proposal does not negate or weaken actions taken by another. What this means for the drone industry: for now, the regulatory environment remains largely unchanged from where it stood following the FCC's recent rulings. Operators should not interpret headlines about a withdrawn commerce proposal as a signal that restrictions on foreign-made drones are easing. Instead, the situation underscores how complex and fragmented U.S. drone policy has become, with overlapping authorities and evolving strategies aimed at addressing national security concerns while balancing market realities. As agencies continue to refine their approaches, further clarification is likely. But at present, the FCC's actions remain in force, and industry stakeholders should plan accordingly.